If you've ever sat there thinking, why does everyone else seem to get this and I don't? Or you've watched video after video, saved post after post, and somehow you feel more fucking confused than when you started. I want you to hear this first. You're not broken, you're not behind, and you're not fucking stupid. What you're experiencing is actually the most predictable stage of starting anything online. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why online business feels so confusing, why that confusion is not your fault, and what's really happening under the surface that nobody actually fucking talks about. And I promise by the end of this, things are going to click in a way that probably never have before. I want to ground this in something real for a second, because if you're here, I know what this probably looks like in your actual life. You've got kids, you've got responsibilities, you're probably tired before the day even fucking starts. And somewhere between work, dinner, laundry, and trying to keep your shit together, you decided you wanted more. More freedom, more breathing room, more control over your time and your money. So you go online looking for answers. And instead of clarity, you get hit with 1,000 voices all yelling different things. Post 3 times a day. Nope, post once a day. Nope, you need to focus on an email list. Nope, you need to focus on reels. Nope, you need to focus on your mindset. Nope, you just need discipline. And eventually your brain just shuts down. Not because you're lazy, but because it's overloaded. I've been there for a really long time. I lived there. And I thought that confusion meant I wasn't cut out for this. I thought if I were smarter or more confident or more techie, I would just get it. But that wasn't the problem. Here's the biggest misconception that keeps most people stuck. Most people think online business is confusing because they're missing information. So they consume more videos, more trainings, more free guides, more, oh, one last thing. But information isn't what you're missing. What you're missing is structure, and nobody explains that at the beginning. Here's what's actually happening. The internet does not teach online business in a clear, linear way. It teaches fragments. You're shown pieces and tactics and tips and tricks, but you're rarely shown how those pieces all fit together. It's like being handed random IKEA parts without the picture on the box. Someone hands you a screw and says, this is really important. And then somebody hands you a board and says, you can't build without this. And then somebody hands you instructions for step 7 when you're still on step 1. So you end up surrounded by parts, convinced the problem is you. But the real issue is this. Most beginners are taught how to do things before they understand what the system actually is. And that creates chaos. In a minute, I'm going to explain the exact difference between information overload and real clarity because they feel similar at first, but they are not. And once you understand that difference, you'll stop beating yourself up for feeling fucking stuck. So here's why this happens. Online content rewards speed and specifics. Do this, post this, use this tool. Those things are easy to package into short videos. But systems, context, foundations, those take time to explain. So most people never do it. And then beginners end up learning how before they understand the why, which creates this constant feeling of I'm doing things, but I don't know if they're the right things. That feeling is fucking exhausting, and it makes you second guess every move. Let me give you a real life mom example. Imagine trying to cook a brand new recipe while someone keeps shouting random instructions at you. Chop the onions or preheat the oven or no wait, marinate the fucking chicken. But nobody ever tells you what the meal is supposed to be. So you're busy, but you're not confident. That's what online businesses feel like when you're only given tactics. You're doing things, but you don't trust your direction. This part is important. Information overload feels like activity without peace. Clarity feels like fewer decisions and more confidence. When you're overloaded, your brain is constantly asking, am I doing enough? Am I doing this wrong? Should I switch? When you are clear, those questions quiet down, not because you know everything, but because you finally understand the shape of the system. You don't need more steps. You need orientation. And this is where most moms think that they're behind. Because here's the truth. Feeling behind is not a red flag. It's a stage. Every beginner goes through this phase. The phase where you are aware enough to know that you don't understand it yet. That's not failure. That's awareness. It's the same stage that kids hit when they start learning to read. They suddenly realize that letters matter, words matter, order matters, and it feels fucking frustrating until it clicks. Online business works the same way. The confusion isn't telling you to quit, it's telling you you're right at the edge of understanding. Here's the shift. But if you keep trying to solve confusion with more tactics, you're gonna stay stuck. Therefore, the real work at the beginning isn't doing more, it's zooming out, it's understanding how things connect before trying to execute them perfectly. That's when things calm down. That's when confidence starts to build. So if you're sitting there thinking, why does this feel harder for me than it should? I want you to just take a breath. Nothing has gone wrong. You're not late. You're not failing. You're not incapable. You've just been shown pieces without the picture. And once you see the picture, everything gets a little lighter. If this video made you feel a little more grounded, a little less alone, and a little clearer than you were before, I've created a free community that exists for exactly this stage. No pressure, no hype, no selling, just clarity, context, and a place to just breathe while you're figuring it out. You can join it through the link down below whenever you're ready.